will start here at the 25. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And leading them, Charles, their quarterback, their field general. He'll have a first down past the 40. The 40. Past the 20. Touchdown, Chicago. Tariq Cohen, 75 yards. And the Bears have taken the early lead. Wow, first play of the game, CD, 75 yards. These people, they haven't even filed in yet from the tailgate lots.
Everyone talks about starting out fast. Everyone talks about getting explosive type plays. That was absolutely a thunderbolt. And on the defensive side, you spent all week scheming, all week preparing, and it seems like it goes right out the window.
And he's got it to make it 7-0 in favor of the Bears. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points.
Eddie Pinheiro to kick off for Chicago.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Danny Amendola on the return. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Detroit gearing up for their opening drive here, led by Matthew Stafford, the veteran former #1 pick back in 2009. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 27. He'll throw from the gun. They'll drop this down to Johnson underneath. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Carry on Johnson.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
At the 34-yard line.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Pass hauled in downfield. He will go out right near the 35-yard line. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty, but when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Second and 12. A shotgun snap for Stafford. It's caught outright, Amendola. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
That's a gain of 4.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short.
This funny partner, you often hear how tough it is for a rookie receiver to adjust to the NFL. I think the same is true for tight ends. You're asking them to do a lot in the NFL game with the additional blocking that many of them didn't have to do in college. And T.J. Hockenson, he was a number 8 overall pick in 2019 and had a good rookie season with 32 catches. I expect that number to go.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. point away from tying this thing up. People always talk about one of his biggest strengths running the football, vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that. It wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
Take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard.
Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time John? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Knocking it away there defensively, Justin Coleman. Going deep this time for Miller. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Chicago. Anthony Miller, 72 yards. And the Bears have taken the lead. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy two-play drive that time.
Eddie Pinheiro, the kickoff for Chicago.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
25-yard line.
Back onto the field come the Lions for their second overall drive. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they'll get another shot here with the 1st and 10. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start...
A throw for Galladay is going to be intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks him. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
First and 10.
That was a really nice interception. I think it illustrates the differences between playing man and playing zone. When you're in man, all you're focused on is the receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes and go to the ball. That's exactly what happened on that play.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Now a shotgun handoff to Cohen. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown.
Chicago.
Tariq Cohen with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Bears will add on to their lead. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized it.
That's a smart man. He knew what else he should do. If this continues, take them all to dinner.
Eddie Pinheiro, the kickoff for Chicago.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And this carries into the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Here comes Matthew Stafford now to lead his offense back out there. And he'll need to find a way to shrug off the opening drive, if you can even call it a drive. One play and an interception, so he's got to forget that.
I know that in today's football, we have a good number of coaches who don't look at time of possession the way that the old school guys did. But there's still a place for it. And I think that on this drive, after having thrown that in...
Johnson, it's pulled free for Brazil. I think the Bears have recovered. They have. two words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you've got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
First down, a run with Cohen. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Now Cohen. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Touchdown, Chicago. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Bears will extend their lead. Now, first quarter, and this lead is already getting into dangerous territory. They better be careful on the other sideline.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more like a basketball game where one team is pressing and that team can't get the ball over half court. I mean, it is stealing it and scoring it, layups, the whole deal. That's what it feels like right now. They are all over them.
He knocks it through. It's 28-7. Scoring summary. 3-play drive. And it was David Montgomery's touchdown run that polished it all off.
Eddie Pinheiro to kick off for Chicago.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
25-yard line.
And Detroit getting set to go now. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He's back to throw here to start the drive. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
A terrific catch and a big chunk of yardage gained by Kenny Golladay, and that's exactly what he does. That's why he's so dangerous downfield. Highest average yards per reception among NFC receivers in 2019 at over 18 yards per catch. He has the length and really has a nose for the football, especially when they put the ball in the air and he goes up and gets it.
A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitching.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. Down the numbers. There he goes. And they will score. Pick 6 for the Bears. Touchdown. That pick 6 extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the third quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2, but likely not for long as they're in punt formation.
Eddie Pinheiro to kick off for Chicago.
Pinheiro now to kick this one away. This will make it into the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. We focus our attention on the Bears defense now. And a big reason they have the lead right now, as we see on the screen, their 3 turnovers.
And how about the emotion now that the defensive team is generating for the entire team? Creating the turnovers, what they call takeaways, and turning those into points for their team. That's why they have the lead, and that's got to be exciting for those guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. From the gun, he'll set up to throw. That's to his running back, Kerryon Johnson. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Now 2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
Here's Stafford. He's got a man. It's his fullback. The ball's out, and this is picked up by the Bears. There he goes left side. And they bring this one back. A full return for a Bears touchdown. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. And the route is on here in this first half. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6.
Eddie Pinheiro to kick off for Chicago.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This will make it into the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. We remind you lots more to come here in this opening weekend of the Return to Football 2020. Coming up later tonight, it's the national debut of SoFi Stadium in Southern California. The Cowboys and the Rams doing battle there. And then 2 more to finish off the week on Monday Night Football. The Steelers and Giants from MetLife Stadium and the Titans and Broncos from Mile High. On 1st down, Stafford here. Set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line.
It's just been one mistake after another on the offensive side of the ball. That's now 3 interceptions to go along with 2 fumbles for them. And if you're going to turn the ball over 5 times in a game, your chances to win have to be about 100-1. And it's not looking good for them here.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And Graham's got it over the middle. And the Bears are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set them up 1st and goal.
Well, I haven't met an NFL player yet that doesn't use criticism as an edge, and Jimmy Graham has heard that a number of people think he's near the end of his career. He didn't put up the numbers he should have put up in Green Bay with Aaron Rodgers. I think he's going to play with a huge chip on his shoulder. Nice catch there, and he wants to show flashes of that form that he exhibited early in his career with New Orleans and Seattle.
And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. They'll run for it with Montgomery. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. David Montgomery, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend, as his guys continue to pour it on.
Okay, we need to double check here with Marvin because he keeps all of our good stats, but what I've got is 5 drives, 5 touchdowns, and they've got a nice healthy lead.
Well, after the first drive, we thought things might be clicking. They're really clicking at this point. They're clicking about as much as they can click.
And
I just said click a lot.
Yes, you did, but that's okay because the guy who's coordinating the defense, trying to slow them down,
good luck.
He's going to have hair that looks like mine very soon. Not much of it.
7.
Point after, right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half.
Eddie Pinheiro to kick off for Chicago.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25-yard line. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right, throw it out the window. Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
And shedding through the tackle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 yards there and a Lion first down.
Well, there's zero doubt that the Detroit Lions like Kerryon Johnson's ability, but he's been dinged up a little bit in his first 2 years in the NFL, so they went out and used a day 2 pick this past year on DeAndre Swift, the rookie runner out of Georgia, hoping, I think, to pair them together and maybe send a message. But I think if Kerryon Johnson can stay on the field, he could be an awfully productive back in the NFL.
And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
At the 48-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Stafford. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Khalil Mack. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6.
Eddie Pinheiro to kick off for Chicago.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Now Amendola. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time.
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
And they'll employ the jumbo set now on 2nd and 1. Stafford now to throw. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. And a 42-yard line here and brought down there. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Stafford throwing on target to Jones. Now he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
Running their plays over and over during the week can often get robotic for an offense, but on game day they can often flow smoothly, as that one just did.
taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. The credit that sack to Robert Quinn.
Former first-round pick Leonard Floyd is no longer with the Bears, so they signed Robert Quinn to replace him as a sack guy. And Robert Quinn just got one right there. Had 11.5 sacks last year with Dallas. The best since his lone all-pro season in 2014. And I know the Bears are his fourth team in 4 years after stints with the Rams, Dolphins, and Cowboys. But don't be fooled by that. Robert Quinn still has a lot of juice left in his tank.
Stafford throwing complete there to Amendola. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for third down. From the gun, here's Stafford. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. That's sacked by Khalil Mack.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
On fourth down, the Lions trot out their new punter for 2020, Jack Fox, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Now Allen Robinson and company gearing up to go again on offense. Second quarter, a guy like him, no catches, so that's the surprising part. But they're winning, so maybe they've been able to do some other things effectively, I guess.
And they found other ways, haven't they? Because the receivers will tell you, offense needs to run through us, but they're managing to get it done in this ball game without having to actually do that. I wouldn't expect him to stay silent for the rest of the game.
Yeah, you got to think that his first catch is coming at some point. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. They run. Montgomery. A second broken tackle. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season, so let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll begin up at U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, and it's the Packers who have the lead as that game approaches halftime. Devontae Adams, a touchdown reception. Next, we head off to check out another game, and they currently trail the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. Carson Wentz with a touchdown pass there. Finally, we're off to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. In that game, all square as they take on the visiting Seahawks. Meanwhile, our game has been a boat race, very one-sided to this point. And for the call of the second half, let's get it back to our commentating team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Eddie Pinheiro to kick off for Chicago.
We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Now Amendola. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
Danny Amendola on the return. The Lions take over first and 10. At their own 31-yard
Back out is Matthew Stafford in the Lions offense. Any surprise in your mind he's out there to start the second half after 4 first-half interceptions?
It's to be surprised by a lot of things, partner, but in this case I'm not, because you know they want him to be their guy. And the only way to truly establish that is to give him a chance to work through some of the issues he had in the first half.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Give all that credit defensively to Khalil Mack. A great stop in the backfield.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Out of the gun, Stafford. And his throw is incomplete. Kerryon Johnson, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
3rd and long, it's Stafford. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
That was a nice throw out there to the flat, but they defended that pretty well. The hope is to go ahead and put it on him so he can turn and get upfield and gain additional yardage. There just wasn't anywhere to go on that play.
This is taken at the 15. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Bears take over.
5-yard line.
So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
How about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Cordero Patterson, the one he was hoping to get it to. That'll bring up 2nd down. Out of the gun, running with Cohen. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And down right around the 37. Give them 14 on that one and a first down.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
It's now 2nd.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick. Thus, inaccurate, incomplete.
On 2nd down, it's Montgomery. And a pretty good run as he'll get this down close to a first at the Lions' 29. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
They get 5, and it will go ahead and move the chains.
Nice gain there by the second-year runner out of Iowa State, David Montgomery, who often finishes his runs moving forward and knocking defenders back. He finished tied with Josh Jacobs for the most carries by a rookie last year. But what the Bears need from him, improve on his 3.7 yards per attempt. If he gets that up into the 4s, look out. He can control the game with his running.
Throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. He was trying to find Anthony Miller there, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
10 at the 23-yard line.
On the ground, it's Montgomery. And a pretty good run as he'll get this down close to a first at the Lions' 15-yard line. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago.
Chicago.
Tariq Cohen with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now, no question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football.
Yeah,
what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And it was polished off by a Tariq Cohen touchdown.
Eddie Pinheiro to kick off for Chicago.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Now Amendola. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Detroit's offense ready to take over. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
It's second.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the third quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers, both on the sidelines and in the huddle, looking at each other.
The intended target, T.J. Hawkinson, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have
Pressure, and he's taken down. A big sack. Eddie Goldman with a sack.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. Here comes the Lions punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is taken at the 23. All told, a 54-yard punt, 13 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
36-yard line.
Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. He's been pretty solid, pretty consistent, just the 1 touchdown pass, but I think he's managed the game well, no?
I would agree with you, and that's what you're looking for out of your field leader, making sure that you're playing well and not making any big mistakes. Oftentimes, that's how you judge how big a mistake and when it occurs. No interception so far. They'll like that.
I just want you to know that you agreeing with me, that's going to get me through this 3rd and 4th quarter.
And the Bears.
Are you touched? He's patting his heart, boys and girls. He's touched.
Respect.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now a run with Montgomery. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. On the draw, this is Cohen. And he's got room. And he's Taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
24-yard gain on the play. First down, Bears.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up. His time is now run out on this third quarter play. Back now at Ford Field. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back in the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
10 yards to go.
And he's got his man. That's Robinson. Touchdown, Bears. 10 yards on the touchdown pass. And this offense is running away with this one. Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
A little work still to do, though. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will swell by one more.
Eddie Pinheiro to kick off for Chicago.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Now Amendola. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Danny Amendola on the return. The Lions take over 1st and 10.
And the Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. So these fans just kind of beside themselves right now. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 24. Out of the gun, he'll throw. On the right side by Jones. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
7-yard line.
Operating from the gun. Stafford. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Kenny Galladay, the Pro Bowler, was his intended target. And it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
To throw again. Stafford. Screen play. Johnson. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. The Lions on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays. Harder to move it.
It's 4th.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When you go to the backup, let him get some time.
And that's one of the great...
And now look at him go. 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Chicago!
The ball carrier.
David Montgomery lead with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And this offense continues to pour it on. Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time during the week. And even though it seems like this is a great chance to pull people back and maybe, not try and score a few more times, they don't want to do that. I think they're enjoying what they're seeing, the collective effort, and they want to play it all the way out.
Pinheiro now to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown.
Eddie Pinheiro to kick off for Chicago.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Now Amendola. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 30.
So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline and puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now with the work he's getting.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
From the gun, Stafford. His throw here is incomplete. He was trying to find Marvin Jones that time. And now it's 2nd down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
2nd and 10, Stafford again. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
The Lions on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a 1st down.
He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. But I believe a Lion was there to recover it. Yes, they will indeed keep possession. Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage. But I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So they keep the football, but now face 2nd and long. Here's Stafford. And he's going to go down again. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Stafford. And that will be incomplete.
This is going to put it mildly for him, and after this one's done, you just feel like in the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This is fielded inside the 5. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Chicago offense set to get started. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. They'll go to Montgomery to try to wind some clock. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Montgomery, the ball carrier.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try to counter here. Cohen. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. Tracy Walker in on the tackle.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. On the carry, it's Montgomery. Montgomery, a first down and then some. And now off to the races down the right side. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
I know I should keep the focus and the spotlight on the hero that just scored, but tackling's been an issue for this defense all game long. I can't set that aside. We just saw it again here. Missed tackles leads to his long touchdown run.
Pinheiro now to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that drive, 4 plays. And it was David Montgomery's touchdown run that polished it all off.
Eddie Pinheiro to kick off for Chicago.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Now Amendola. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Lions take over 1st and 10. At their own 28-yard line.
And Detroit getting set to go now. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
One last throw here for Stafford. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game.
Lions 7.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Chicago, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener. And they'll return home next week to take on the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for Detroit, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Lambeau to take on the Packers. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody.